Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. This morning I got up and I checked my WhatsApp feed and I realized that I got a couple of videos, maybe about three of them pertaining to robberies that took place all over our great nation. So the first video that I showed you, it is said that, based on the video evidence, two young men went into a bar establishment. One of them had a tool hidden. He wheel and pop off looked like some sorts of pumpy, some sorts of shotgun, or maybe a tall up. He then pointed the gun at someone that was in that establishment, a man that was drinking. Well, it seems as if that man, when he saw that gun, he got paranoid. He decided that Tom is drunk, but Tom is no fool. He then tackled that man. While he was in a squabble with that man and his next friend came in to assist him, he then ran exit stage left. So the next man that was also there decided that I want no part or parcel of this. I am also going to take for myself. Don't know exactly what took place. However, there's also a next video with two individuals exiting an establishment. Look like it is before or after the robbery. I want you to take a look, and then I'll give my piece. So people, you saw the videos, two videos, one of a robbery, and then one of some persons, two individual suspects either walking in or walking out of a robbery. There's also a next video that is also accompanied with all of these videos. It is said to have been a robbery that took place on King Street, not King Street in a Kingston, King Street in a Montego Bay. I want you to take a look to the speeded up version, edited version of that video, and then I'll give my piece. Now, people, again, young youths in them teen, early 20s, no physical disability. However, they decide they are intent that they are not going to look any sorts of job. It is either do or die. So therefore, they have decided that they are going to launch an attack on the neighborhood shop, mama and papa shop. Business persons that are also struggling just like them. Now, one thing that is known whenever you are a criminal element, you do not SHIT where you live. But we see that these gunmen, these robbers, they are some cruff. They prey on neighbors. They prey on just about anybody. Any and everyone is an equal opportunity target. So people, like I said, there are at least 3 or 4 robberies back to back all over the nation. Well, it seems as if there was also a robbery in a St. Catherine in which two individuals robbed some sorts of establishment. However, the police, based on CCTV, based on Jamaica Eye, meaning the Portmore St. Catherine Police, they put out an APB, and the Traffic Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Agency got that call and they intercepted a vehicle on Dunrobin Avenue and Lindsay Crescent. I want you to take a look at exactly what transpired when the police pulled over these individuals and put them under arrest. Take a look. Now, people, like the saying goes, every day the bucket goes to the well. One day the bottom is going to drop out, and for two or one individual in this case, the bottom of the barrel more than likely dropped out. Don't know if the police found any sorts of tool, rifle, shotgun, pumpy, whatever the case is. However, we know that these are two of the suspects or the vehicle that was used, seen leaving the crime, exiting the crime scene. The police intercepted them and the police took them in. More than likely, CCTV footage or even witnesses will actually do an identification parade and point out these persons and send them to their proper perspective, meaning prison. It is only sad that they couldn't have sent them to the graveyard, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, I got up early this morning and I got 2 pictures on my WhatsApp. Based on the information that I am getting, it is said that the police went for a couple of individuals in a bull bay. And based on the pictures, it is obvious that those 2 young men got the shitty end of the stick because they were seen in some unnatural position, look like some sort of shot take them out. Both men were in their boxers. Both men, specifically one, were riddled with bullets. One of those individuals, it seems as if all of his cranium and sense was leaking out. The next one looked like he got a couple of rounds. Don't know if he got hit in the head. However, you could see all sorts of red coming from various places on his body.
2 men were fatally shot by the police during a reported confrontation in Version Gully, 9 miles, Bull Bay, St. Andrew, yesterday. They have been identified as Kimman Foreman, also known as Kimmy, and O'Shawn Morrison, otherwise called Rifleman, both of a Taylorland, 9 miles, Bull Bay address. It's reported that the family of 75-year-old Leslie Roberts of Beto District reported him missing, which resulted in a coordinated intelligence operation in the Taylorland community. Upon reaching a section of the hilly terrain, the team reportedly came upon a group of armed men who fired at the police and ran in several directions. After the shooting subsided, a search was conducted, and Morrison was seen on his back in a hut with a Taurus pistol beside him, while Foreman was found suffering from gunshot wounds. A rifle was found beside him. The men were pronounced dead at the Kingston Public Hospital. The area was searched and several items found, including 2 ballistic vests and first aid material. The police say Foreman was the leader of the Taylorland gang that has been terrorizing residents of the community. He is suspected to be involved in several murders, shootings, robberies, and unreported sexual assaults in the Bull Bay communities, spanning several years. Foreman was wanted for assault at common law and illegal possession of firearm, committed on August 14, 2022 at Version Gully, 9 miles, Bull Bay, St. Andrew.
Now, based on the pictures, we can only come to the assumption that these men were hiding out in the bushes. We saw them in a boxers. Not going to say the 2 men were FUCKING, but at the end of the day, both of them got FUCKED by the po-po. Rightfully so. Point blank and period.
The light change already. What? The light change already. Fucking boy, the light change already. The light change already. You know, wait till the car them stop. You know, wait till the car. Where you leave the car for? Where you leave the car for? No, but me I say where you leave the car for? Where you leave the car for? No, I'm a damn man, but this is what me I say to you. You don't leave the car. Don't leave the car. Don't leave the car. Don't leave the car. No, sir, can't move about my car. 4 car me up. You think I beg me beg boy? If you have beg me beg boy.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, and I am using that video as an example to get to my points. Whenever you are working in a jungle-like environment, always know your position. Always tread lightly. Always be mindful that, listen, whenever you're driving taxi on a public route, you are a sitting duck. So I say this to say that over the years, we see that a whole bunch of taximen lose their life, whether it is because of extortion, it is because of their mouths. Truth be told, in this case, this man was probably defending himself, defending his rights. However, you have to also understand it is not good to defend your rights and end up in the wrong place. Such is the case of a taximan known as Carlo Ellis that does the Jonestown routes. A day or so ago, he lost his life at the hands of a next taximan. So people, there's a video making its round on social media in which persons are saying, look how this taximan ended up losing his life. I want you to take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
The man I run it from him cause him own debt. Bumbo clock. The man cause him own debt. Taxi man cause him own debt. Watch out. Money and everything. One in him head. Bumbo clock. Mama just win. Oh, I'm bad, sir, brother. Hey, we are telling for go on and roll the fucking man. Oh, we are telling for leave the fucking man alone. The man cause him own. Come on, taxi and push the man. One push down. I rush the man, brother. I rush the bumbo clock.
Now, people, like I said, these are two different incidents. However, the attitude and what can happen based on your own action or based on how you deal with a situation, like I've always said, a kind word, turn it away wrath. Grievous words stir up anger. In the case of the first video that I showed you, this taxi man thought that he was defending himself, and while he started calm, it kind of escalated based on what the man said. And then you heard the man gave him a warning. Remember, say a taxi you drive. Remember, say a taxi you drive. Always remember that. In the second incident, as it pertains to Carlo Ellis, he had a discrepancy with the next man who happened to be an ex-police officer that happens to have a license fire piece. It is said that that officer, Mr. Ellis, pushed the man, even though persons were warning him. Maybe he thought that he was bigger than the man. Maybe he thought that he was better than the man. At the end of the day, he got the SHITTY end of the stick because he ended up on the afterlife. People, it is a very sad state of affair. This is Jamaica, and whenever you are living in a jungle-like environment, you have to tread lightly because you don't know who is who and which part is where. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if the St. Thomas Bull Bay era is festive as it pertains to takeaway by the wanted men, like I told you before, that was taken out by the police. Shootout, or it looked like it was a one-sided affair. Fast forward maybe before or after St. Thomas, a man known as Aji J. Brian O.C. Lucky. He was not so lucky. As a matter of fact, he was very unfortunate. So based on the pictures that I got, which is not YouTube friendly, this man was seen with multiple juke wounds by kitchen utensil all over the body. And it seems as if they also bust him short and then throw him away. As soon as I get some more pertinent information as to if there's any sorts of suspect or there's any motive, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP. All I know, St. Thomas, Bull Bay, it is active, it is festive. It is serious, especially in the election times. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a story that I spoke about maybe less than a week ago or so, about an incident that took place at the auto parts sales known as Onito's Auto Sale that is in Tollgate. Tollgate is in Clarendon. Where a soldier, it is said that he is an ex-soldier or was an ex-soldier or is an ex-soldier. The truth and the fact is that information that I am getting, it is said that he is still a soldier. However, what happened is that he went to an auto place dealership and he went and he bought a transmission. That transmission was not working. He went and he was given a replacement transmission. That second transmission was not working either. He went back to the owner of the establishment, Mr. Leroy Williams, them call him Leroy on the street. Mr. Leroy decided that he was not going to replace or refund the man for the money for the transmission. The soldier man told him that, listen, if I don't get back my money, I am going to come there and bomb up the place. The soldier man did exactly what he said he was going to do. He went by the establishment. I guess the owner called the police. Police called the JDF. JDF flew in, the expert in the bomb detonation business. They detonated the bomb or explosive device. So based on the information that I am getting, there was an argument inside the establishment in which a soldier was threatening and the owner was threatening the soldier. It is said that the owner then stuck through the back door, confronted the man at the side or the front of the building and lent him a couple of shots, at least one shot. It was kind of mixed review. Some persons were saying that he got shot in his shoulder. I said that he got shot in his leg. Well, based on the information that I am now getting, it is said that he was actually shot in the spine. He was rushed to the hospital. It is said that that soldier is now DEAD. Information that I am getting, it is said that Mr. Williams, when the incident took place, him start call everybody and I tell people, say, man come on him shop for body him up and him wheel and pop off and kill somebody. I guess he did not know that the man had not died. However, he was bragging. Like I said, based on the information that I am getting from Mr. Williams, or persons giving me the information, is that Mr. Williams, that lives in Canada, Jamaican born, living in Canada, he is a part of a car stealing ring, big car stealing ring. As a matter of fact, since I did that video, it is said that everybody is scrambling. The relevant authority, meaning the tax office and the car, wherever you register your vehicle. So based on the information that I am getting since I posted that video, it is said that Mr. Williams is co-conspirators. Persons that are a part of the relevant authority, tax office, motor vehicle registration department, everybody is scrambling. And there's a high-level investigation where the police get involved. Now, people, like I said, Mr. Williams is notorious for stealing car parts from Canada, shipping them in a barrel or boxes, shipping them by the trailer load to Jamaica and then selling them at his discount auto place. However, his discount auto place have a bad reputation. So anybody that buys anything from his establishment, it is cash on delivery and the cash won't be returned, even if he sold you the wrong part deliberately or by accident. He loves money and he hates to return money. So people, like I said, that is the latest as it pertains to that. As soon as I get some more pertinent information, I'll be sure to divulge ASAP, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off an accident that took place on the Belmont main road that is in Westmoreland, where two bikers, the driver or the rider of the bike, Mr. Myrie, 20-year-old, and his pillion. The pillion is presently in the hospital, Savlamar Hospital. Mr. Myrie, not so fortunate. Based on the information, it is said that they were dilling and dallying, speeding on the roads, when a Mitsubishi van collided with them, head-on collision. Both men were flung off the bike. Mr. Myrie, not so fortunate, fly over the precipice into the water. Obviously, the impact head, more than likely they were not wearing any sort of helmet. Don't quote me on that. Bad enough, one of them was badly injured, taken to the Savlamar Hospital. Mr. Myrie lost his life. He was pretty much DEAD on the spot. Persons coming from a PNP rally, they assisted, took one man to the hospital and tried to kind of resuscitate Mr. Myrie. They were waiting on the ambulance. The ambulance took at least 2 hours. This is exactly what an eyewitness, somebody that was there helping, had to say about the situation. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
The two guys licking this van. When we got here, the Bluffis police were here. Then take up the one where they said died, leave. They said then call the ambulance. Operator no ambulance. The ambulance. See? After how many hours? After approximately 2 hours, ambulance just a come. So this is stupidness. This is stupidness. You understand me? This is so stupid. Thanks to some of my police, then come and then assist, so then go on with him. The Bluffis police said nobody must touch him. There's so many vehicles here we could carry him, and the police them said nobody must take him up. So the people them just decide, say, no, enough is enough, my bleed out too much. So then put him on a plyboard, put him in the police vehicle. Thanks to Savannah Police.
Now, people, they say that if you want to know the stability of a country, it is by the education sector, it is by the security, it is by the health sector. Educational sector, we see say, the teacher them a ball. Security sector, we see say the police them a ball, even though we've had a drastic decrease in our people losing their life, in our murders. When it comes to health sector, The hospitals are woefully inept. Doctors and nurses have a lot of patients, but no patients. When it comes to ambulance, it is like the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. It is like a mythical character, and yes, we've seen them. However, they are not readily available for John or Jane public. So more than likely, if you get in a bad accident or if you get caught up, and isn't it ironic that a place that is known for so many takeaway and so many accident persons losing their life on a daily basis, over 1,000 by the gun and over 5 to 400 annually by cars, accident, bike, whatever it is. So people tell me, you tell me, what are you voting for? What are these politicians that come every day and tell you how much of a great job that they are doing, stroke their COCK and pat themselves on the shoulder when persons out here are losing life, waiting for an ambulance that took at least 2 hours, coming from a place that probably takes about 45 to an hour, if bad traffic is there, especially when them have the sirens, rate, lele, blue, blah, blah. So people, at the end of the day, like I said, the problem is that these people are speeding like mad bats out of hell and they don't take heed. But regardless of the attitude of the people, you should always have ambulance available, especially in a place where people are losing their life daily basis by the gun, daily basis by the cars, accident, bike, whatever the case is. It shows where our priorities are, and it shows that we are woefully inept when it comes to government managing the affairs of the country, whether it is PNP or JLP, point blank and period.